I'm here with Mickey Maher from Dapper Labs, who created CryptoKitties. We're at Consensus 2019 in New York City. My name's Ian Utile, and I'm inviting you into a conversation that I'm about to have. I hope you enjoy it. Mickey, thanks for taking some time to chat with me.
Yeah, sure, no problem.
And so you're at Dapper,
yes,
which is also CryptoKitties.
Correct.
And so tell me a bit about like what you do there and what it's like to be a part of this environment.
A couple of questions there. So the first one, what I do there is I'm head of revenue and gaming partnerships. So on the partnership side, mostly it's looking at different IPs, known IPs, large IPs that we can bring to the blockchain and build blockchain experiences for. And then on the revenue side, we just launched our first technology product for the market. And I'm in charge of getting that distributed to third-party dApps and folks outside of our organization to use the first smart contract wallet ever built, which is called Dapper.
That's awesome. Let's go for a walk and keep telling me more. So where are you based out of, and is your entire team all in the same location?
So I am the remote employee of Dapper. Dapper is located in Vancouver. The majority, if not all of our folks are in Vancouver. I'm based in Los Angeles.
Okay, got it. And then you've been with Dapper for about a year or so?
Yeah, it's been about a year.
And so as you look toward what makes this year successful for you as the head of revenue and gaming partnerships?
I think not just from a Dapper perspective, but what makes this year successful for us is if games that are launched on the blockchain improve in quality, improve in their depth, and drive more of a mass market audience. So that helps us validate what we're doing as a game studio, but it also helps the entire community, helps Dapper as the interface for all these games. So as the market improves, the rising tides lift all boats scenario comes into play, and we're all better off for it.
And so in terms of your team, I imagine you have a lot of innovators. There's a lot of different types of people. And so what type of person has been attracted to Dapper that's bringing a lot of value to the games that you're creating and the innovation that you're running after?
Yeah, I mean, the types of people that we're looking for, the qualities that we interview for, one of the big qualities is founder mentality. So we look for people that take ownership of their stuff, that know how to get things done. They own their own stuff, and they can drive product, or they can drive whatever their role is within the company. They can do that with little oversight and basically take ownership for what they're doing.
No, that's great. How about ambition? Tell me about some of the ambition and the ambitious projects that you and your team are looking for. Like, you guys have a new game. You can't tell me about it.
I can tell you the name.
Okay, the name?
The name's it's called Cheese Wizards. And I would say that anyone in the space right now is very ambitious. We're very early. It's a very new space. We're all interacting with new technology. We're all pioneers in the space, right? So Dapper is part of that, part of this ambitious culture. But I would also say that Dapper is overly ambitious in this space. We're very ambitious. We have a game studio. We're launching new games, and we're also creating new technology products for not only our game studio but for the market.
And then as far as like next year, Consensus 2020, or even if you look out 5 years, Consensus 2024, like what are some things that you're thinking about in terms of IP, game partnerships, overall general revenue creation, monetization? Like, since that's your responsibility, what are some thoughts for you in that arena?
I mean,
as you look forward?
I mean, a year might be too early, 5 years might be too late, but
somewhere in there.
Somewhere in between that range. We see it as a very viable, if not the leading technology to build games and entertainment products. Right now the technology is a little early and a little archaic. A lot of friction, not a lot of scalability. It's preventing a mass consumer or a mass audience from entering the space as consuming games or entertainment products. But I see it as a very scalable, multi-billion-dollar games ecosystem or business, somewhere between 1 in 5 years, where the technology has improved enough, where the content is interesting enough, where the game experiences are much different than anything that's ever existed on any platform before.
Yeah.
And it's just interesting enough to a mass audience that this becomes the next viable, scalable, multi-billion-dollar gaming platform.
Right. Do you think gaming is a multi-billion-dollar platform, or if you project out far enough with the way that people are becoming professional gamers with digital, the way that we grew up with baseball, football, and physical sports, how far do you think digital gaming goes when we really actually have it decentralized?
Well,
in terms of revenue impact, providing income for people, families, building legacy, all those different elements, building IP.
Well, yeah, I mean, I think you could take one slice of that and you could say, okay, look at esports. There's no question that esports is taken off. It's already a multi-billion-dollar industry. Most of these athletes or professionals, most of their revenue comes from sponsorships.
Right.
However, what if there was a way with NFTs or collectibles or digital goods that you actually own that are on the blockchain to become not only an alternate revenue source for these professional gamers, but maybe the primary revenue source, meaning I'm spending all of this time playing these games, and any achievements, any items, anything I unlock in these games, I can truly own. And those things that I own have value, and that value supersedes any sponsorship revenue I could possibly get.
Right.
But not only to the professionals, what if you could unlock that for anyone, any kid, any adult in their basement playing games, and all of a sudden, all this time they're spending playing games, the things that they're unlocking, the things that they're earning, become actual revenue opportunities.
So if I'm a huge IP holder in the gaming, if I'm a Nintendo, if I'm a Microsoft, what kind of conversation are you having with the head or the chief that is overseeing the intellectual property, that you're not just talking about, hey, this year, right now, but when you say, hey, this is where things are going, like, what is that conversation that you're actually having with people?
It's the unlocking actual digital ownerships, giving users something of actual value in a digital sense that is unprecedented, that hasn't been available before.
Yeah.
So any of your IP, any of your content could be on the blockchain. Users could actually own it. It could have real world value. You can enable frictionless peer-to-peer market and market transactions. It's a way to drive substantial engagement with your brand, because users take full ownership over that. And at Dapper, with CryptoKitties, we like to say that blockchain games are like a joint venture with your audience, because they are potentially earning things of value.
Right.
So that gets them fully engaged, and they participate, and their engagement level is much, much greater than any traditional digital medium, gaming and or a collectible experience.
So if Consensus says, hey, Mickey, we want you to do the keynote speech for 2020. The final keynote, we want you to close the whole thing out because of the success that you've had or your team has in the next 12 months. Project, what kind of talk are you going to give? What's the title? What's the description? What's the message that you want to give to this space, this decentralized Bitcoin, crypto, NFT space? What's your message to everybody here?
It's a great question. I would love to know the answer to that, but what I imagine the answer would be is that we're in a NFT blockchain gaming space right now that we're just scratching the surface. We're just touching on what could be valuable about it. I would think that my presentation next year would be, look at all this great content that in the last year has been built on the blockchain. Look at how much this space has grown. We're in the millions of users instead of the 1,000 users. here's what it looks today compared to what it looked like last year, and here's what we project out the growth to be for the upcoming year.
Right. Well, I go to that.
Yeah, well, hopefully it exists, and hopefully what I'm speaking about today, of what I project out, actually comes to fruition and is true.
Yeah.
So,
well, it's fun going on a walk with you. Behind the camera, everybody, is a man named Eli Bottom from Bitframe Media. Ain't nobody that's going to walk backwards the way Eli just did, up escalators. Eli Bottom, ELIBOTTOM, Bitframe Media. He's live streaming with a camera, no wires, no power, very innovative, all sorts of, I'm surrounded by innovation right now. So with that, I say, I hope you have a wonderful evening. This is my final live stream for today, day number 2 at Consensus here in New York City. I'll be back tomorrow, and I hope you have a wonderful evening.